What's up, YouTube? Just checking in. Today is December 11th. Today's the last day of our 30-day 2-mile challenge. So every day for 30 days I committed to walking 2 miles, whether it was outdoors, beautiful weather today, or indoors on a treadmill, depending on the weather and the climate. So we have a deer sighting. That's exciting. Live up close and personal with Bambi. Hi, baby. Very cool, guys. Live. Thanks for being on my YouTube channel. Bye. So, 30-day challenge. We weighed in. Let me check the weight because I don't recall off the top of my head. We weighed in. When we started the walk, we weighed 267.8. I'm not going to tell you what I weighed this morning. We're going to do one more weigh-in tomorrow morning from the effects of the walk today. I know roughly the results, but I'm curious to see tomorrow morning when we weigh in where we're at. Some geese, sorry. So, we just hit a 2-mile mark. I may go a little further to my house. Might take another lap. But yeah, just wanted to check in. It's a beautiful day. It's, let's see, 56 degrees outside. So, very nice. All right, so 56 degrees, warm, sun's out, no wind, no breeze. Perfect day for a walk. Let's just take a look at the canal here. Little muddy waters today. Woo! What was that? We missed something. Something jumped in. I don't know what that was, but we missed it. Maybe it was like a Loch Ness monster or something. Anyways, that was kind of scary. Okay, over here. So yeah, we got like little drainage, but little pumpkin over there. Well, yeah, very peaceful minus the creepy Loch Ness monster over there. So yeah, thanks for following me. Just wanted to catch in some scenery. I'll have an update in the next clip and you'll see me shortly. Thanks.
The next morning.
All right, guys, so we're weighing in today. It's the first day after the 30 days. We're weighing in at 262.6. So the total weight we lost was 5.2 pounds. In that 30-day window, we started walking at 267.8. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, 5 pounds in a month, but I was still trying to figure out how much calories I should eat in a day. I was still trying to find that wiggle room of calorie maintenance versus dropping the calories so I could lose weight and be in a calorie deficit. So that was about a month ago since we're posting this now in January. Just so you can see my Apple Watch activity, November 12th to December 12th was when I walked. I know December 6th looks a little light, but I made up for the miles on the 7th.
Hey, good morning, YouTube. Today's the next morning. So I'm down 5 pounds, which really brings me to a total of, so yeah, right now we are at 16.6 pounds. So we've lost 16 pounds in the last, what has it been, like 6 months? We started in June, so it's been almost to the day 6 months that I've been plant-based. So it's still a learning process. I'm still trying to steer away from like frozen comfort foods of like veggie burgers and vegan pizza, and trying to kind of branch out and create like my own sauces and dishes. It's just going to take some time, and then obviously balancing out the calories so I can be in a deficit. The gyms are closing for the holidays, so I think they said until like January 4th, somewhere around there, like right after the holidays. So I'm not too thrilled about that. I've been looking to buy some home gym equipment. it comes in and out of stock, but it's just kind of expensive right now. And eventually I would like to do a home gym build, but at least working on the treadmill downstairs, and maybe we have an extra TV in the house, so maybe I'll stick it down there with like a mount. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, so I guess I kind of just wanted to talk to everyone about, you know, my weight loss as a whole through my whole life. I'm 36 years old. Like I've said before, and a lot of you know me from when I was younger and have heard some of these stories, but I don't know that I've actually ever shared all of it. But I was always chubby as a little kid, and I was always kind of heavy. I always loved food. I was not a big sweet tooth person. I was the pretzels and, you know, potato chips, and I didn't really get into soda until I was much, much older. I just never, it was too strong, and the carbonation and just all of it, I just didn't like. And it was, you know, sweet. So, I worked in restaurants and food my whole life. So I worked in grocery stores, ice cream shops. I waited tables. I bartended. I worked for Chipotle, as a lot of you know, for a very long time. And I just loved being around food. I loved cooking. I loved just hearing about recipes. I learned about wine. I just loved everything in that whole realm of things. It was just really a passion for me, and it still kind of is. In elementary school, I was considerably tall for my age. A lot of you know my dad. He's pretty tall. He's 6'5". My mom, she's, I guess, average height for a woman. She's, I think, 5'3", 5'4", maybe 5'5". Sorry, Mom, if I'm making you shorter than you actually are. I should know that, but I don't. So she's not like super short, but I've always been really tall most of my life. So I was taller than a lot of kids in school. I've always had bigger bones, and I've always been, like I said, overweight. I think I remember, if this sounds right, being 110 pounds when I was in 5th grade. And I knew at the time that that was really heavy. We used to do those presidential and national awards in gym class. So they would always have to weigh you, and they would always tell me, like, in the nicest way possible, like, you're national, you're not presidential, you need to lose weight. And I could never do pull-ups and like all the other rope climb and all the other exercises they did in school. And it was one thing to know that like I couldn't do those things compared to other kids. But I think the worst part about it was, I'll never forget, there was this kid named Jeremy. Yes, I'm name shaming right now. I won't use his last name, but if any of you went to elementary school with me, you'll know who I'm talking about. But there was this kid named Jeremy, and I'll never forget. And he was chubby. He was a bigger kid. And, you know, he actually would make fun of me and my weight. And he would do it so loudly and through the whole class that the entire like 5th and 6th grade would make fun of how heavy I was. They would, if I walked into the room, like in gym class, they would yell earthquake. They just would make fun of me all the time. I remember, a friend of mine in school, she was like apparently a close friend of mine, and we were playing kickball. I love kickball. Kickball is like vintage classic there. Like, can't get any better than that. And we were playing, and, you know, of course I was heavy and I wasn't the most athletic and whatever. And we're in elementary school. Like, no one really played sports. We just played at recess. So we're at recess and we're playing kickball, and it was my turn to kick. And I remember I kicked the ball pretty good. I mean, you know, whatever. And I remember I had to run to like the first base or whatever it was. And I just remember hearing everyone yelling like, you're supposed to run, not walk. So, you know, and here I am like running my little heart out. So, it's just kind of like always stuck with me, and I'm not like bitter and I'm not like angry or anything like that. But, you know, you hear those things at a young age, and, you know, you hope that you can outgrow some of that. And, you know, like I've kind of mentioned before in some of my other videos, it wasn't until maybe when I was in college that I finally started to get thinner. And then, as you know, if you watched my gluten-free video, I realized that the reason I was losing so much weight was because I was actually sick. I was allergic to gluten and I had no idea. So it's just been rough for me because coming home and becoming gluten-free over the last 12 years, I didn't gain the weight instantly, but it was quite easy to pack on the pounds. At one point, I gained 40 pounds in a year. I know that sounds crazy, but I did. And when you get to a certain point, when you see that number on the scale or you look at yourself in the mirror, I think you kind of just give up. And, I wasn't at a great place in my life, emotionally or mentally. And I think I just thought to myself, this is who I am and who I'm supposed to be. And, I'm supposed to be fat for the rest of my life. And, anytime I would be upset, I turn to food. So a lot of people smoke, drink, they have other ways that they de-stress themselves. But for me, it was always food. Food was always reliable. It was always there for me. If I had a rough day at work, instead of wanting to go to the bar and slam some beers, I wanted to drive to go get a pepperoni pizza. That was like my excitement and what made me feel good and made me feel better. And I think it just took a really long time for me to realize and teach myself and learn and understand. And I'm still nowhere near the education I need to be at and the goals I am reaching for. But, I'm just a work in progress. And I think I realized that, look, you've eaten a certain way your entire life. You have the rest of your life to look forward to, and you're not going to make it there if you don't, kind of change something. And, I had been always like yearning and wanting to kind of eat more holistically, more cleanly, more non-processed. It wasn't that I wanted to choose those things. They were just the American convenience. So I, took the step and I went for it, and I don't want to look back. I've never had so much energy before. I'm 36 and I feel like I'm 19 again. Like, I don't get tired. I don't get run down. I'm still overweight. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm sure once I thin down more, I'll have even more energy. But I'm not dragging through my day. I'm happier. I'm not irritable. I'm losing weight. I mean, there's just so many like really great benefits about it. And I'm just really happy that I finally was able to figure out and find something that, worked for me. I just kind of wanted to share that with everyone. There's a lot of like people out there that have been picked on and teased and bullied for all different reasons. And it's never right. Just because it was about weight, it could be about race, it could be about religion, it could be about your sexuality, it could be about anything. Kids are really, really mean. They're really cruel. But even though I'll always carry those stories with me, I won't let them define me. So I think I've come to realize now that I don't have to be that person, that fat person. I don't have to be the person that's overweight. I can be whoever I want to be, and nobody's going to tell me otherwise, no matter how much they insist on how I am now and judge me how I am now. That doesn't define me. So, I hope this can encourage someone that's watching. I do this YouTube channel for myself to hold myself accountable, but I always deep down hope that someone will watch it and someone will be able to take something away from this. I have a great support team. I have great friends. I have great family that all are encouraging. I know a lot of the people watching this video that are friends and family now have been really supportive, and I appreciate every single one of you. I encourage you to just tackle your own goals, stay driven. Don't let anyone try to tell you otherwise. And I appreciate you all watching. Please like, subscribe, and stay driven. Thanks.